You'll listen to the Substation Gaming Podcast. I'm Black Chestnut. With me, I have Ricola.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about some gaming news, namely the Indie World presentation that happened last week on the 11th. And then we're also going to be talking about like Starfield's delay and maybe some other stuff as well.
Let's get right into it.
Yes.
Our
With the
first
Indie
game
World.
that was at the Underworld Showcase was Ooblets.
Before we get into
Okay.
this stuff, do you want to have your thoughts on the presentation as a whole real quick?
Sure. I really like this one.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. There was a lot of really cool games in here that I'm like,
genuinely interested in a lot of
yeah.
these.
Yeah, there's at least like 3 for sure where I'm just like, oh yeah, that looks really cool. I kind of want to get that.
Yeah, there's a few of these where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna end up buying these.
Yeah. And there's even more that I thought were at the very least pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can start it off with the first game, which was Ooblets. This game came out on PC, I think a year or 2 ago. I don't remember exactly. You know,
Okay.
last few years it's kind of blended together.
Or...
I just saw a tweet earlier today where it's like Fall Guys came out 2 years ago. And I was like, what?
Wow.
What?
That game could have come out 5 years ago, and I would have had the same reaction.
Oh, that's another thing that happened today was Fall Guys became free to play. They announced it. I forgot to put that on the list. So I guess we can talk about that right now real quick before we get into Ooblets.
It's Fall Guys.
Yeah, it's free now, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. Everybody who bought it got the one TF2 hat. What's it called?
The proof of purchase?
Yeah, they got the proof of purchase. They gave them like a cosmetic pack for being early adopters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's kind of neat.
You know what they say? And you know, it's doing the TF2 method, which means it's going to live for another 10 years before it gets overrun by bots.
Oh no. Oh, let's not get into that.
Yeah. Okay, back into Ooblets. This is the 4th time we've tried to talk about it already.
Yeah,
only 2 minutes in. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooblets.
It came out on PC a few years ago.
Okay.
Right. But the only thing I remember about it, because I remember it was in a lot of like news headlines and stuff, was that there was like a Kickstarter for it, and then it ended up being an Epic Game exclusive, and that made a lot of people upset.
That's tragic, but also I don't blame the devs for that because Epic throws money at people for that, so it's like, eh.
I don't really blame the devs too much on that. It's only like kind of bad because there was a Kickstarter where they kind of promised Steam versions.
Yeah, that it's a bit dicey, but yeah.
Yeah.
But as for the game itself, you know, it looks a Harvest Moony, Animal Crossing, but also you have creatures.
Yeah. This looks like a game that my sister would play. Yeah.
I mean, this looks like a cozy game, I'll be real.
Yeah. I don't know. I just say that just because it seems like an aesthetic my sister would like. Yeah, you collect creatures and you can like grow them in farms, and then you have them do dance battles.
Dance battles.
Yeah, dance battles. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I want to have many little small creatures and give them weird outfits and farm.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pikmin, but they're all unique, and then you dress them up, and then they dance instead of
murder things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks charming.
Yes.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, maybe I'll check this out eventually.
It's cute.
It is. All right. Got anything else to say about Ooblets?
It's nice looking. I like the graphics.
Kind of purpley.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a shame that when it first came out, it ran into some controversy just because the devs needed some extra money.
Moolah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's how the world is. You can't win. Anyway, we can move on to the next game if you want.
Sure.
Okay.
And that's the Toro Lost Haven.
Yes. So it's like a top-down action RPG, like a Diablo style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks neat. This one didn't make a huge impact on me compared to some of the other games here.
Yeah, it didn't have. It was only there for like 30 seconds. You know, it was a shorter trailer.
Yeah.
Getting published
That's,
by Team 17. So.
what did they publish before?
Oh, a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I can't think of a. I'm pretty sure they did. Like they published Blasphemous. I think that was them. Like
They did Overcooked. I'm just looking.
yeah. They're an indie publisher, kind of like Devolver. They do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like I think they originally published Worms too. That's
Yeah.
if you go to their
They publish a fair
makers.
amount of indie games.
Okay, that's a decent amount of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Their stuff is usually pretty high quality.
Oh yeah, this looks high quality. Just this game here.
Yeah.
Very pretty looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, swapping mechanic looks neat, but then again, I didn't gather too much from the trailer.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of the genre. Like I like it, but it's not like my favorite. It does look pretty cool. All things considered.
Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely looks, well made. But when you see so little of something, it's hard to give like make a good impression. Be like,
yeah.
I only have so much to go off of, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess we could just move on to the next game, which
Sure.
had a much longer trailer, which was for Elect Head. This is made by a solo dev.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What were you saying?
This is honestly one of my must plays. Like, I really want to play this.
Yeah, same. Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah, this looks like a ton of fun. Just like one of those really simple puzzle platformers that I know, like, by like an hour in, I'll be going insane because it'll probably be like crazy mind bending. I'm excited.
Yeah, this definitely they clearly had like a really good idea, and it looks really well executed.
Yeah, it's just really simple, like puzzle idea that you could just do so much cool stuff with.
Yeah, indie puzzle platformers are usually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My one worry is the visual style. While it's really nice and simple, I'm worried it will get old by like the end of the game. But if it's not too long, if it's only a few hours, that's that.
Yeah, I imagine it probably won't be crazy long.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does remind me a little bit of like VVVVVVV.
Yeah, a bit of that.
In its like aesthetic and stuff.
Yeah, with the kind of blank backgrounds and like flat colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the best. It's not really a puzzle platformer, is it? That's more
I'd say it's a puzzle platformer. Sort of. It's less puzzly and more platformy.
Yeah, without a jump button.
Yeah.
But this looks really cool. I actually really want to play this. When are we seeing this? I want to double check when we're seeing this.
I don't know if it gave. Oh, okay.
So I'm really excited for this one, actually.
Yeah, it looks really good. This is definitely one I want to check out.
Yeah, this is what I'm definitely going to be picking up eventually.
It looks like would be really fun.
Yeah.
It looks like it's really well executed. The gimmick is really cool. I like the idea behind it.
Puzzle game.
Yeah. Because in case anyone forgot, because I imagine everyone watching this has watched the presentation. In case you forgot, it's the game where you stand on platforms and then you electrify them, and that activates whatever their mechanics do. More or less.
Yeah, whatever's attached to platform. So light bulbs will be, shooting a little electricity out of them. Platforms will move. Elevators will go up. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you can tell once a few mechanics are introduced, I could just see it getting crazy. Like it's like one of those like really simple concepts. There's just so many things you could do with it.
Yeah, this is one of those the games where it's like you can tell the idea behind it was really good, and it looks
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
was really well executed.
I'm really excited to play this.
Yeah, this was definitely one of the highlights of the show for me. Looks really good. I definitely want to check it out. If you don't have anything else to say, we can move on to the next game. Okay, and that was Soundfall.
It's like a
It's like
rhythm
it's like a top-down dungeon
thing.
crawler with like rhythm game mechanics.
Now I do love shoving rhythm game mechanics into anything. That's always fun.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny because I feel like we've been seeing a lot of indie games that are like it's an action game, but with rhythm, but you have to do the action to the music, sort of things.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head, we have this one that just got shown off, like Soundfall, and then we have like beats per minute or like bullets per minute, was it?
Yeah, BPM.
And I know there was another game.
I gotta play BPM.
That was like literally the exact same thing as BPM, but like it was a different game. I don't remember the name of it.
Totally coincidental, I think.
Yeah, where it was literally the exact same idea with like a very similar execution as well.
Yeah.
That
this has the same thing I think of BPM,
game.
where it's like notes going towards the center.
Yeah.
To be fair, what's the dungeon game? Cryptid and Necrodancer.
I was about to say that one as well because that's another one.
Kind of like perfected the formula, and I think a lot of games are kind of just taking that formula.
Yeah. And then there's also like No Straights Roads, but that one's like kind of different because that one's the reverse where the bosses will fight to the music, but you don't have to.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that game. That game.
Yeah. No Straight Roads is fun. It's more or less just a boss rush, and it's fairly short, and it's a little buggy, but it's got lots of soul because it's like
that's all that matters.
It's like a Tim Schafer game that wasn't made by Tim Schafer. Yeah, it's got like the Psychonauts art style. It's fun.
Oh, neat. Looking at this Soundfall, looks like there's a decent amount of like RPG mechanics too.
Yeah.
The equipment and stuff. Now, co-op rhythm sounds like a nightmare, honestly.
Yeah.
Also could potentially be really cool, so I'll have to see how that plays.
Yeah, it was like, if there's like any lag at all, it would kind of ruin it.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see.
The art style for the 2T like cutscenes for the trailer or whatever, I'm trying to think with like what they reminded me of. I guess like the She-Ra cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that in the sense of like Western cartoon that's like obviously heavily inspired by anime sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a popular look these days.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of. I wonder if any of those
this,
like
I was like, oh,
this
looks like Hyper Light Drifter until I realized it was rhythm based.
Yeah. That reminds me, there's like a 3D Hyper Light Drifter sequel. Like,
oh yeah,
in development.
We talked about that just a bit ago.
Yeah, and a few podcasts ago. That one looks cool. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Still gotta play the original here.
Yeah. Soundfall looks pretty good. It looks well made.
Oh, that's cool. I'm just like looking back at the trailer. It even gives you what the beats per minute is before you start like the level and stuff. That's neat.
Yeah, that's nice.
What cool.
Yeah. If you want, we can move on to the next game. If you don't have anything else to say.
Sure.
Okay. So the next game that was shown off is called Wild Frost. It's a card game. It's like a roguelike deck builder card game.
So I started playing Slay the Spire the other day, and it's a lot like this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I figured. Because I'm familiar with those games. I haven't played like Slay the Spire, but I'm like, I know about the genre. There's like inscriptions, kind of similar, specifically like the post game.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like about like building a deck, but rather than collecting cards throughout a game, it's like a roguelike. Like you do a run, and then when that runs over, your deck's completely reset. Like, to nothing.
I'm familiar with it because I played Inscription, and after you beat Inscription, you unlock a mode that is basically like the first part of Inscription, but like more and more randomized.
Okay.
Yeah. Which keep in mind, Inscription, like the first part specifically, is like a roguelike deck builder. So it's the same genre, yeah. So I'm familiar with these games.
Yeah, I could be down for this after playing a few hours of Slay the Spire, which it's deck builders are very addictive. Just like perfect combination of cards, and you feel so genius.
Yeah.
So this could be cool. Art style's cute.
Yeah. I think, you know what else? Speaking of which, because it's kind of on topic, but like the League of Legends card game specifically has like a single player mode that's like this.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
It's a little limited, but they are going to have like a massive like expansion of it because it's like in beta right now, that mode. But they just announced like an update.
Legends of Runeterra, right?
Yeah. It's substantially better than regular League of Legends.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I hear it's a lot more accessible than like Hearthstone, and
it's a lot better than Hearthstone, yeah. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard good things about that, despite my vendetta against League of Legends.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, also I'm watching this Wild Frost thing in this store. Shovel Knight's helmet's in the background and Idol from Splunky. So
that's nice.
I didn't notice that until just this very second.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh, that's neat. But yeah, this looks cool.
Yeah. I think the sword in the shop is supposed to be the sword from Hades.
It might be.
Yeah,
I haven't played
the one
Hades.
with like the skull on it.
Yeah, in the left. I think it is because it has like a laurel.
Yeah.
I haven't played Hades in forever. But that's neat. That's cute.
Oh, and then there's also a strawberry, which is probably a Celeste reference.
Oh my god, they're just packing it on.
And then they got a little pickle dude on a book. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Maybe that's Pickle Rick.
Yes, it's Pickle Rick. They're putting a Rick and Morty reference in their indie game. This one's hard to tell because you can't really just tell like what the intricate mechanics are just from like looking at this, unless like I studied it. So I don't know. I'm curious what like this combo system is that they're talking about. I don't know. That's something I mean,
like this genre is a fairly well-tested genre at this point. I feel like we've gotten a fair amount of games, most of which really come from Slay the Spire, because I can't really think of any games that like predate Slay the Spire.
There's like physical like board games. I think the idea of Slay the Spire was just translating that to video game.
Yeah, I'm sure there's tabletop versions, but I can't think of any.
Yeah, before that.
Yeah,
off the top of my head. Yeah, and it's a nice little
fun
subgenre.
At this point, it's fairly well tested to the point where it's like, yeah, you're gonna know if you're gonna like this stuff, and if you do, they're almost always really fun.
Yeah. Also, there's a little part in here. It looks like you're building up a town, which is always a fun thing to get you to keep playing.
Yeah. Because a nice thing about these types of card games is that you don't have to worry as much about overall game balance. If you let the player get really crazy, stupid, overpowered cards, that's fine. Because that's kind of part of the fun of roguelike, is like being like, this deck is amazing, it's so OP, I'm literally unbeatable. Because they can still lose by just having bad draws,
Oh, yeah.
It's like, if I draw this one card, I instantly win the game. But if you never draw that one card,
Yeah, but that's why you feel like a freaking genius, like when you like thin out your deck and it's like,
Yeah. I know, I had like some really overpowered combos in Inscription where I'm like, okay, I draw this card, which gives whenever I play like this card, it lets me search my deck for a specific card, and then I just get that card, and then every time I place that card for free, mind you, because it's a 0-cost card, I get to add another copy of that card to my hand and then play it infinitely.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always fun. Like when you just find like loopholes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, card games are cool, and I like this kind of like roguelike system where it's not like something like Hearthstone or Magic where you need to like, buy decks or something. Like, nah, just do a fun run. You'll have a fun deck by the end. And, just do it all over again. It's fun.
Yeah, this one looks cool too, because I'm liking the winter aesthetic and stuff.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like a nice snowy game.
Yeah, Slay the Spire's got a weird final boss, which has always put me off of the game.
So specific.
It's a big O, and he dances. You see the final boss of Slay the Spire, right?
I've only done one successful run where like the boss is like, I think, obfuscated like a bit, like they don't like completely show you it.
Yeah, he's a big like cereal, like he's a big Fruit Loop. With arms.
Is that guy the final boss, or is he just one of the other? I think I saw a boss like that was just a different boss. I don't remember.
I thought he was the final boss. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't played Slay the Spire.
I just noticed I had it free for my PlayStation Plus games that I got like months ago, and I'm like, oh, I heard of this game. I'll play it.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to move on to the next game?
Sure.
Yeah. So, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is getting ported to the Switch.
Yeah. I've seen this game before.
I've seen it a lot before. I feel like this game came out like a century ago at this point.
It was in early access for a really long time.
Yeah, because didn't it come out like around 2013?
I don't know about that early, but it could have. It really could have. But it was like really barren for like a few years.
That's
from
true.
what I remember.
I just remember seeing, stuff like YouTubers covering it and stuff from like years back, and it has gotten tons and tons and tons of updates throughout the years and changes and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it is a pretty fun game. It's a very funny game.
It is really funny. I don't know if I'm that interested in buying it though. Like,
yeah, the problem with the Totally Accurate Battle Simulator when it comes to like purchasing it is you can pretty much get all the same enjoyment out of it by watching like your favorite YouTuber play it,
Yeah, like there is the element of like later levels have like, strategy elements of like actually placing your guys smartly, like before the battle starts. But other than that, the appeal is kind of just seeing the really goofy ragdolls whack each other.
Yeah. It's like the problem is like you can watch like the donkey video of it and then get like more or less all the enjoyment you will get out of it. Yeah. Like obviously you'll have more enjoyment, maybe, hopefully, by playing it yourself.
Yeah. Like I said, there's the strategy elements there.
Yeah.
But the big fun part is just seeing the continuously wacky stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's goofy and funny.
I am surprised it's getting a Switch port just because I'm pretty sure this is one of the games that like, even if you have a really good PC, it can be hard to run, provided you, depending on like how much junk you throw on the screen. It's the type of game where you spawn in your own dudes and whatnot and then have them fight each other. So if you spawn in a billion dudes, it's like it's gonna cause lag.
Yeah, I think there's like levels as well though that actually like limit your amount of dudes, so they can balance around that. Because I think there was a sandbox mode that's like just nonsense, but
but I do wonder how well performance will be on the Switch. I don't know, maybe they've like spent the years optimizing it to the point where now it's like really, really well optimized, where even if you have a million dudes on the screen, it's like not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It's visually pretty simple, so
yeah,
there might be and their AI is probably just walk.
Yeah, and then do a thing,
Yeah. Bump into people.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously, like, the art style, I can assure, like, the low polyness of the models is just as much a help keep performance high, you know, as much as it is like a deliberate art style choice, you know?
I like it. It looks fun.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's a smart way of doing it because I think they've managed to make something that looks really unique, easily recognizable, and overall pleasant on the eyes, while also
Yeah.
being, you know, good for performance wise.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully.
It's like hopefully. Yeah, hopefully it
Yeah.
performs well. But I'll go to our next game.
Yeah, we can go to the next game.
Sure.
The next game is Gunbrella.
Another one of the must buys for me here.
Honestly, I think this one was like my number one of the showcase. This looks super cool. This looks really good.
It's by the creators of Gato Roboto. Did you ever play that?
No, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I'm kind of interested in playing it myself.
I've played a bit of it, like a really small amount, and it felt very Metroid from the little I played.
Yeah, I know, it's Metroid
with it's Metroid with a cat mech. I didn't get very far into it at all, though. It wasn't grabbing me at first, but the art's really cute, so. But this, on the other hand, I gotta play this.
This looks
nuts.
This looks really cool.
Yeah.
They said it was like an action adventure, side-scrolling action adventure. So I wonder if it's going to be like specifically a Metroidvania, or they just didn't want to say the word Metroidvania. Because sometimes they'll do that, you know, where it's like it is a Metroidvania, but we're not going to say that.
Yeah,
we're just going to call it an
your
action adventure.
Metroidvania. I don't know if it's going to be like, oh, you unlock abilities and backtrack. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like that. It might be more linear.
It might be more Cave Story, where it's kind of a Metroidvania, but it's kind of not.
Yeah, you know? Cave Stories are good.
Yeah.
There was definitely some RPG elements here.
Yeah. Was there? I didn't really notice any. I just saw some, like, you know, action adventure
picking up
elements.
some crap.
I think that was ammunition.
Was it? Okay, was it just ammunition? Okay.
I think that's what it was that he picked up. Yeah, it looks like enemies drop ammunition, so it was probably just that.
Okay. Well, it looks like there's one part where you picked up a rat off the ground as a resource. It says resources, so I don't know what that is. I don't know if you can eat rats or sell them, or...
I'm sure you just turn the rats into bullets for your Gunbrella. Yeah. This game looks really cool.
Oh yeah, this looks awesome. The aesthetic, that's like noir steampunk cowboy.
He's got a gunbrella. It's an umbrella that's also a shotgun.
I know. Umbrellas are a very cool weapon.
Yeah.
You can use this to swing around and glide and
shoot. And the umbrella to block bullets.
So
and you can use it to glide. And this game looks so awesome.
It's like Shovel Knight, where it's like, what's the goofiest weapon that we can make awesome?
Yeah. What a fun idea.
This is another one of the must buy.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting this.
Just
this
looking back at the trailer, it's just so pretty. I love the brown.
Yeah. Yeah, Gunbrella looks absolutely amazing. I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah.
It's Devolver. Like, I already know that the Gato Roboto devs are, like, good. Because I've only heard good things about Gato Roboto. You know, that's another game I've been wanting to get to. I think I will get to it soon.
I have Gato Roboto. I just only played it for, like, 20 minutes and got distracted.
Yeah.
So maybe I should get back to that. Because, like, if Gumbrella's, like, this cool looking, maybe Gato Roboto is actually, like, that amazing. And I just didn't give it...
I've heard like a lot of really good things about Gato Roboto. That it's really good.
Maybe I just didn't give it a good enough chance. I gotta get back to it then.
It might just have a slow start, because I also heard somebody say that once, that it's like a little
like when I
slow
started, it was just like, oh, this just kind of feels like Metroid. I'd rather go just play Super Metroid. I think last time I tried to play Gato Roboto, I started Super Metroid. So, I don't know.
I mean, Super Metroid's probably better than it, but that's also, like, not a fair comparison.
That's
because
not
Super
fair,
Metroid's, like, one of the best games ever.
Yeah, it's not fair at all, but yeah, maybe it gets a bit... I don't know, I gotta give it another shake, because This looks so stylish and confident and cool. Like,
yeah, dude, I
Umbrella
love
does.
the main character's scarf.
The main character does have a scarf
Yeah,
that has physics.
yeah, the scarf physics look amazing. Being able to do that with 2D pixel art is very impressive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, oh man, I'm just watching this trailer. I want to play this.
Yeah.
Ah. Even their logo is cool.
Yeah. And like the announcer with the saying the title, Gunbrella.
Amazing. Yeah. Maybe best of show.
Yeah, this was definitely the highlight of the direct. Well, not the direct, the indie world overall for me. This was like, that looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you have nothing else to say on it, I think we can move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. So the next game they showed off was We Are OFK, and I know we've talked about this before at like a PlayStation event, right? I don't remember which one, but I'm pretty sure that was first source off for like a PlayStation event.
Yeah, those blur together, those events.
Yeah. I think what I said last time was, this looks interesting, but I also don't know what it is.
Does that still stand?
More or less. They describe it here as like a musical biopic game, I think is the words they use.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, because of how they describe it, I'm guessing it's kind of like a visual novel, but in 3D. So I guess it's kind of like a point-and-click adventure game mixed with a visual novel.
With less interaction than an average point-and-click, probably?
Yeah, probably like that. This is what I'm assuming based on how they described it, because they're very vague
it's
and
like,
it's hard to
I can appreciate it being experimental, but yeah. I don't know what this is.
I can definitely say this is really unique because I've never seen anything like this before. So I guess it gets bonus points for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing that, like, will have, like, definitely a cult following at some point.
I think it will have... I think it might be able to reach, like, a niche audience. Which I can only assume is what the creators are trying to achieve. Because it definitely... It definitely feels like, based off of, like, the 2 trailers they've shown off for it, that the people making it definitely feel like they give a fuck about it.
Yes.
So I can like give them tons of props for that at the very least, despite not really being sure what it is that they're making.
Yeah, it just doesn't have a good elevator pitch.
Yeah. Because they were like saying it's like interactive music videos and stuff. Okay. Along with the game. But I'm like, it's just really, they're just not giving any like specifics. I think it looks really interesting, but I also am not sure if I'm that interested in it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing I need to hear someone say, like, they loved it for me to be that interested.
Yeah. Because, like, I think it's supposed to be based off of, like, real people. I think it's supposed to be, like, based off of the developers making it. I think
possibly. I think what I think's happening.
That's what I'm just so confused. Is like, is this a true story? Is it not? Is it based off a true story? Like, whose story is it? Is it your guys' story? Like, I'm just so confused on like what it is exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have anything bad to say about it, so at least there's that. At all. You know, so. Yeah.
It just feels very niche.
I don't know. I wish them luck. I hope it's successful.
Of course.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I hope they're happy with the end product.
Please.
You know?
Please said that.
I mean, I know how it is to, like, make shit, you know? And then not be happy with it, how it turned out, you know, so... At the very least, when you're making something, for the art first and for the money second. Being happy with the end product is the most important part.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It looks good.
Oh yeah, it's pretty looking. It's got a style to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I need to hear someone like really like enjoy it, like for me to be interested.
Yeah.
It's just too. I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah. It's a little on the. It's just so unique, right? That I can't think of anything else to compare it to, which then it kind of goes into the I don't know what this is part of my brain, right? Where it's just like I've never seen anything like this, so I'm not sure what it is,
Yeah, so it's hard to get excited therefore.
Yeah. It's like seeing a fruit that just started existing or something that's never existed before, and you're just like, I don't know what that's going to taste like.
It might be good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? In that sense. And I think we've, rambled on about how we're not sure what this is for long enough.
Sure.
So we can move on to Silt. It's pronounced Silt, right?
Okay. Silt is another game I'm really interested in, just looking at it.
Yeah, this looks cool. I like the art style a lot.
Yeah, very limbo, but even more abstract, honestly.
Yes.
I don't know. I like creepy deep sea stuff is fun.
Yeah.
Creepy 2D explory. I can't say platformer, but it's clearly inspired by like Limbo-esque stuff. So
yeah.
It's platformer in my heart.
It kind of reminds me of Owlboy in the sense where it's kind of like a platformer, but you fly. And in this one, you're swimming, right?
Yeah.
Which is very similar to flying.
Sure.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In the sense that and how you traverse the world and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this. I could go for a cool, creepy underwater exploration game.
Yeah.
Like I've played a lot of like there's games like Abzu and maybe even like Subnautica, but this leaning more into like being kind of spooky has me interested.
Yeah. I really like the art style. I really love the monochrome.
It is really pretty looking. But yeah, I got my eye on this.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Swim around, lots of spiky teeth things. I don't know. Creepy. Available this June, so pretty soon.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll pick it up.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Definitely one of the cooler looking ones.
Mm-hmm.
You want to move on?
Yeah, I don't have too much else to say about it.
Yeah.
Even if it's one of the ones I'm more likely to probably play.
Yeah. Sometimes all you can really say is, it looks really cool and I'm interested in it.
Yeah. It's not breaking new ground with me. It's just, I want to play that.
Yeah. We can move on to Mini Motorways then.
Yeah. This looks like a neat little puzzle game.
Yeah.
At the same time, I want to see the price. I don't think I'd pay more than like $15 for something like this.
Yeah.
Not that it looks bad at all. It's just like, this is something I'd rather have on like my phone or something.
Yeah, this would probably make for a fun, like, phone game.
Yeah. I do kind of like that gimmick, though, of like making traffic flow well. That's something like kind of abstract that could be really fun to kind of try and figure out, like in more complicated levels.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a bit of a SimCity light, you know?
Yeah, that's the hardest part of those games, is making traffic work well.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Just kind of take that like one element and make that into an entire game.
Yeah. I like how the logo for it is kind of like, I don't know. It reminds me of like some phone thing. Is it like
the Google Maps pin.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
But it's also a road.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. I was like, what does this remind me of? Yeah. It looks neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make too many roundabouts. It's gonna be fun. Gonna make Nightmare City.
Yeah. Nothing but skyways.
This is another one. This will go in like a year from now. This will go on sale for $5, and I'll definitely buy it then.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna end up happening with me. I'll be like, oh, I remember that game. Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna. You know what? I'd like to get this game just so I can recreate my local, like city more or less, and see how the game rates it. It's just like, oh, yeah, you built some shitty roads, dude. It's like, I was just copying the professionals. You know?
Oh, yeah.
That's how I'll just take...
planning, it's scary.
Yeah, I'll just take, like, random cities and then copy-paste them into the game and then see how the game rates them. Well, that was kind of the thing with
this. It had, like, looked like basic approximations of real cities that you have to do the roads for. Like, that was a gimmick with this, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw. It had, like, Rio and Dubai in there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's interesting. Like, that's some of the levels, like, it will give you, like, the basic outline of a city. Or, like, I mean, like, a real city. So, yeah, interesting. But that's the mechanic.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little puzzle game.
Yeah. Looks pretty nice. Move on to the next game, Wayward Strand. That's how it is?
Yes. Yeah, Strand.
I wanted to say Wayward Station because that made more sense in my head.
Yeah.
But it's not a
So
station.
what is this game? Exactly.
It takes place in Australia. And I guess it's like in a side-scrolling adventure game?
Yeah, that it's apparently in real time as well, so
yeah.
You only see bits and pieces. I assume you'll want to replay to see bigger parts of the story, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. You have to pick and choose which NPCs you actually interact with because there could potentially be two things happening at once and you could only have time to visit one. And then you have to decide which one to watch and which one not to, more or less.
See, that's really cool for like solving a mystery, but at the same time, I could find it end up being really stressful eventually. Game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I missed something. And
I'm not really sure what the tone of the game is trying to go for. Because I'm not sure if it's a hospital or if it's like an elderly care facility, you know?
I think it's a hospital. It just happens to have some old people.
I mean, like, that's the thing. Or it's just like, it could be a hospital and just has like, you know, a lot of old patients because that makes sense. But it looked like a elderly care facility because like they weren't in hospital rooms. They were in like actual rooms.
I mean, when you're on an airship, you got to go all out.
Yeah. And it looks like all the NPCs they interact with were like either like caretakers / doctors or like, you know, elderly people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it is supposed to be in like an old folks home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
But then what is the main character girl doing here?
I don't know. It's the plot.
Oh.
I don't think they're giving away too much of the plot because, as they said, it looks like figuring some stuff out. Like there's going to be, you know, some mysteries going on.
Yeah.
That you'll need to figure out. I don't think they want to tell you everything up front.
This is like one of those games that is definitely going to be like, it's going to be carried by its writing. Where if they have like really cool stories to tell, then the game's going to be really, really good. And if the stories are like kind of not like whatever, it's going to be kind of mid, you know?
Yeah. It looks like something that could be cozy. Like just a basic art style and stuff at the very least.
Yeah. But, you know, it depends.
Yeah. I'm mildly interested, but yeah, not one of my must check outs from this.
Yeah. I do like the visual style though.
Oh
I
yeah,
think the graphics look really nice.
definitely.
Yeah. This is definitely because, like I said, with like it really all comes down to how good the writing is. It has the potential
Mhm.
to be really, really good for what it's trying to accomplish, and then it also has the potential to be like kind of meh, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But
It
I
all
don't have
depends
much
on
else
how
to
they
say on it.
execute the overall writing, you know.
Mhm.
But I think they'll probably be good. I have
Yeah.
faith in indie devs to have well written stories because most of the time they have well written stories. You know?
Yeah, I guess. Oh man, they gotta be interesting. I mean, at the very least, that gimmick could be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like a part of me has faith that the writing is going to be good because I just can't really see them committing to this hard if the writing wasn't, at least pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
Cuz like the only game that has like way too much writing that's like really bad that I can think of off the top of my head is like Yick.
Oh, there's probably a lot of like mediocre RPGs out there with too much writing.
I mean, like specifically indie games is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Although
Yeah.
this being more of an adventure game, I'm gonna assume the writing comes first of a game like this.
That's what I'm
So
saying, where I'm like, obviously the writing is going to be the priority here. So, like I said, it's like if the writing's good, the game will be good. If it's not, then it won't be. But that's why I think the writing will be good because it's like,
I think that's the
yeah,
priority in a game like this.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. I think it looks pretty cool.
yeah, interesting little one to watch out for.
Yeah. We can move on to Cult of the Lamb then.
Yes, we've seen this before, have we?
Yes, I remember it was at like a Devolver event.
Yeah.
I think last year. You're a lamb, and you have cult where you worship
Yes.
eldritch horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you collect cute animals, and then you sacrifice them to Cthulhu.
Fun.
And then you do some dungeon crawly arena dungeons.
Yep. Yep. You're standard indie.
Yeah, it's got some farming elements. It's got some dungeon crawling elements. It's a Devolver Digital game. It's
Yeah,
got
it's a
that
developer
happy
game.
tree friends, sort of everything's cute while also being
Warful.
explicitly gory and satanic.
Yeah.
Oh man, you like crushed it out really hard right there.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I think Satan got your mic.
Oh no. Watch out, the game's possessing us through the screen. You better go I gotta go pre-order it now. When's this coming out? This year, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming to
It's
Switch. Whoa,
it's a
would
game
have never
Devolver's
got.
pushing pretty hard, so it's interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
We've talked about it before though.
yeah. It looks cool.
Yep.
Okay. Last game, shown off for the
Last
indie
game, not part of
world.
the sizzle reel anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll talk about everything on the sizzle reel. Maybe just one or two. Just because they showed a whole 10 seconds of footage
I
for
was
them.
kind of interested in a decent amount of them. But yeah, we'll get to those.
Yeah, we'll get to them when we get to them. Anyway, the last thing showed off was another Crab's Treasure, which is the Crab Souls-like game.
Yes, finally, the spiritual successor to that Souls-like game where you play as a mouse. We have another Souls-like game where you play as an animal. This time,
Yeah.
crab.
Yeah, this one looks cool.
This looks really cool.
Yeah.
Got cool underwater environments. You fight crabs. You can get various shells that
Yeah.
I don't know, possibly handle or control differently or mechanics.
Well, I think the shells for the most part function as like your shield slash armor,
Yeah.
and they take damage for you and break. I know they said it's like if you get hit when you without a shell you die. I don't know if that was a joke or not though. He said it with a bunch of other things that sounded like jokes, but maybe they weren't jokes. Maybe they were
Based on how we
serious.
don't see a health bar, that could be a really fun way for measuring health, actually. Just like a
Yeah.
nice...
Yeah, because then you'd have to constantly be swapping out your shell, finding new shells.
They definitely look disposable. Like, you found them, like, they're just walking around and they just saw a shell, like, and they just picked it up in this trailer at one point. Like, they're fairly disposable looking, so I don't know, it could be fun. Oh, we do see a health bar later. So the shells are just a kind of a shield that breaks.
Yeah, because I think the shells themselves are the health bar.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you know, the shields in Skyward Sword, where they break and have a health bar of their own.
Yeah. I haven't played Skyward Sword in so long. I can never remember that.
Yeah. And they also said that it was the development team that made Going Under, which was I remember that it was the indie game that. Do you remember the one where it was like a dungeon crawler, but it was all based off of the flat like corporate graphics art?
This looks like, I'm looking at this. This looks vaguely familiar.
Yeah. The joke is you
exploring the cursed ruins of failed tech startups. That's
beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I heard Going Under was pretty good. So, yeah, judging from Going Under, this one looks pretty good as well. I haven't played Going Under. Maybe I'll get around to it one day. I'm a bit more interested in the crab game, though.
Crab Dark Souls.
Yeah, because their studio name is Aggro Crab.
This is the Elden Ring killer.
Yeah.
Genuinely, this looks really cool just the more I watch of it. I like how you can glide around because you're underwater.
Yeah. It looks like it has some platforming elements too. Some like platforming. More than your average Souls-like.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks like you have a health bar and then the shell has a health bar of its own as well.
Yeah. So you're brought around, pick up, you scramble for your shells and beat Dark Souls. Yeah, I don't know. It's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
I don't know what we could say about it.
It's cool.
It looks cool. There's a lot of cool stuff they could do with the underwater setting, just like from the little stuff we see. Like there's one part where you see like a lot of like pollution and stuff, like milk cartons you can crawl into and stuff like that.
Considering all of your shells are like random garbage that fell into the ocean and not actual seashells, it definitely seems like there's a bit of like pollution, you know, going on with the theming of the world.
Yeah.
Because you know how like Souls games, it's always like the world got fuckity-duppity by
it's even a parody of that. I didn't even think about that.
Where it's like the oceans are polluted and that's why everything's all fuckity-wuckity.
Yeah, this is like the ultimate. This is the ultimate Souls. It's not even like a parody because it looks like a really good competent game on its own. Like this looks great.
It does look good.
I'm really interested in this.
I'm definitely going to pick this one up.
The devs made a giant enemy crab joke. Everything's pointing right for this.
Yeah. I heard Going Under was pretty good too, so.
I don't know if I heard Going Under before, but just looking at it, this looks
I've definitely heard about it before, and I've seen people talk about it, and everything I've heard about it was positive, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check that game out too. You might like it. It's worth watching the trailer. Anyway, do you want to move on to the sizzle reel before
we got the sizzling games.
I don't know if we'll talk about everything here, but I know the first thing they showed off was like one shot.
Which I'm excited for that. I did not think that this was a game that was possible to port to consoles.
Yeah, same. Which is why I was really surprised when I saw the trailer for it pop up in my sub feed.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
I was like, one shot getting a Switch port. I did not see that one coming.
I'm surprised this one was just shoved into Sizzle file. That's, I don't know. That was one that was like shocking to me. They could have like give me a bit more info on that.
Yeah, I mean, it is like, you know, it's one of those games that has like a somewhat niche fan base, you know.
Yeah,
And it's also
so
like
it
a
definitely has an
fairly.
influence.
It's
So
kind of old at this point. A little
yeah,
bit.
we'll
So when
see.
did it
The
come
original was
out?
2014,
Yeah.
but then it was a 2016 version. I think that's like way different.
Yeah.
That adds like a ton of stuff.
Right.
But
Because the
yeah,
original version, if you only had one chance to play through the game, and if you messed up, you couldn't play it again, right?
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
But
Kind
later
of like that
version,
one Newgrounds game where if you died, you couldn't ever play it again unless you got a whole new PC.
which by the way, it's terrifying. When I played this, I did play this blind, and spoilers for the first like 20 seconds of the game. When you start it, it gives you a Windows pop-up saying that you only have one shot. So that's terrifying, and it tells you that by name as well,
Yeah.
because it gets your name from your computer, which is what Nico calls you throughout the game.
Right.
So I'm curious how all that stuff's gonna work here. Like, it looks like you have a desktop.
Yeah, they made a fake desktop for the Switch port.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
But I only ever got one ending, so I am interested in replaying this, and I want to replay it fresh, like a fresh file, so I can do all the other stuff again. Because that's,
Right.
I mean, some of the stuff I think you do only have like one shot, like your first playthrough, because stuff's different in your second playthrough.
Yeah. I don't know, for some reason, whenever I think of One Shot, I think of like the Deltarune repainted because Rousey was turned into Nico from One Shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they look similar.
Yeah, one shots. I wonder how much of Undertale is actually influenced by one shot, because there's definitely
They're
some.
definitely similar.
Yeah. Toby Fox definitely played one shot.
Yeah.
This came out a year before Undertale, I think.
Yeah, it did.
But one shot's great. I haven't played it. I played it years ago, but I'm excited to replay it.
Yeah. It's definitely a part of the overarching, Earthbound, like sort of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quirky Earthbound. It's not even like an RPG. It's an RPG maker game.
Yeah, it's more of just like a walking simulator, kind of like Yuminiki. No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the Corpse Party lineage, because I
Yeah.
forget how old that game is. That's like 1998, where it's
Yeah.
just you walk around, but it was made in RPG Maker, and
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good game. Go play it, everybody.
Yeah.
Our next one in the sizzle was Gibbon Beyond the Trees.
This was the monkey
which,
game, right?
yes, you are Gibbons and you swing around. Sure.
Yeah.
Remember that game where you play as monkeys that like evolve?
Yeah. It was like the Ubisoft game, right? Or was it EA? Or was it Activision?
No, I think it was actually an indie.
Are you sure? Or maybe it was just published by them.
Yeah, I think it had like a bigger publisher, but I think it was actually like an indie. But
because I remember like the developer had like a big name attached to it or something.
I gotta check that. It was called Ancestors.
Yeah, because I thought it was like an ex Ubisoft like director or something, like a higher up. I don't remember really.
Someone from Take-Two, I think it looks like.
Okay.
I think it had some Rockstar connections, so okay. So
yeah,
it had
that's
a bit
what
of
I was
clout.
thinking of. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Okay.
I knew it was some big.
That game is you walk around and get mauled by a tiger. It's really funny to watch.
You do the monkey stuff.
Now this Gibbons, I like games where you swing around a lot, and this you also play as monkeys, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah. Move over, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, actually do move over. You're too expensive.
Oh, apparently Gibbon was available later today, which means it's already out right now.
Oh, I'll have to check reviews for it.
Yeah. I know Card Shark. We talked about it before in the last Indie World because I know they had a bigger trailer for it then.
Okay.
Curse to Golf.
This looks interesting. Actually,
Yeah.
there's some little mechanics there.
Yeah, it looks like a neat 2D golf game. I've seen a fair amount of like golfing indie games. So it's like
Yeah, there's a
top
lot of them. It was like
down 2D
Golf
and like
Story.
3D. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I remember there was one I saw. I didn't play it, but I saw somebody talking about it one time where you were like in a spacesuit on a destroyed Earth playing golf on the remains of like a Wall-E style like post capitalism, late stage capitalism destroyed Earth, right?
What a high concept.
Well, you listen to like audio logs or commercials and
While
stuff
playing
about
golf.
about how the world got like fuckity wucketied. And it was like very on the nose and like in your face.
But you get to play golf.
Yeah.
So...
But I don't remember what the name of it was, unfortunately.
Well. Oh, what else is in the sizzle reel? Idol manager. Manage idols. Sure.
Yeah.
That's unique.
That's definitely sizzle reel material. What? Guidebook of Babel.
This one looked interesting. I saw the trailer of this before. And this one looked mildly interesting. I mean, it just kind of looks like standard adventure game, but plot-wise, it's like something like guiding people through the afterlife. So
That's
interesting.
Odd. I didn't get that impression from the trailer.
I know, yeah, the trailer gives you nothing. I don't know why this is like that's the problem with the sizzle reel stuff. You just get nothing for like games that are kind of weird.
The idea is like you'll look at it and think, I wonder what's that's about, maybe. And then you'll actually Google it.
Yeah. But man, it looks like a neat enough adventure game, but we don't see much of it here.
Yeah. And there's like Opius Echo of Star song. I don't know what's up with that one, to be honest.
I thought Opus was a mobile game. I don't know. I've heard the name before.
I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, there was no Silk Song. So 0 out of 10.
This is for real though, really solid indie world. This had a lot of games that I'm so excited to play.
Yeah. Like Gunbrella alone like made this a solid 9 out of 10. Elect Head looks really good. Gunbrella looks really good. Totally accurate battle simulator getting a port's cool.
Silt, I'll probably buy that.
Yeah. Another Crab's Treasure looks really cool. Yeah, at least 3 really solid games that I'm really interested in.
Yeah.
Overall, really good.
Yeah.
And I know I just made a joke about it. And I know I said this the last time there was Indie World, but I'm going to repeat myself every time until it happens. Silk Song is too important of a game to be showcased in an Indie World. When it shows up, when we see it again, it will be in a full-scale Nintendo Direct.
However, if it shows up in an Indie World, then it gets the main headline. Like, if it's at a Nintendo Direct, it gets overshadowed by, like, Breath of the Wild 2 or something.
That's not necessarily true.
True.
Remember, Hollow Knight came out the same year as Breath of the Wild. And guess which one? Okay. I mean, Breath of the Wild won more Game of the Year awards, but Hollow Knight's honestly better.
I mean, yeah, Hollow Knight's awesome, yes.
Although neither of them were actually the Game of the Year. The Game of the Year was Splatoon 2, baby! Not to be confused with Super Mario Bros. 2.
What year was that? That was... Man, that was... How old is Breath of the Wild now? I gotta, like, double check.
2017.
God.
Pretty sure. It's 2017.
Wow,
same year as Mario Odyssey and Splatoon 2.
Wow, that was so long ago. Well, I mean, real Game of the Year was Gravity Rush 2, but anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Silksong is going to be a full-scale Nintendo Direct because they get way more views.
Most
That's too
likely.
high profile for an indie world, you know?
Yeah.
It's like Undertale, you know? It's like when we got, like, the Deltarune Chapter 2 Switch port, which happened, like, a few weeks after it came out on PC, you know? That was in a real Nintendo Direct, not an indie world, you know?
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
was a update for a demo.
Well, that was Undertale also. That one's
Yeah.
like top 7 biggest games in the universe.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, you know, Hollow Knight's on that same scale,
Yeah.
you know? Plus, if it did show up in an indie world, it would just kind of overshadow everything else there. That wouldn't be fair.
Probably would.
Yeah. Anyway, we can move on from the indie world. It was really cool. So Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl came out with some new DLC characters.
Yes.
Yeah. We got Jenny from My Life as a
Jenny was my
Teenage
most wanted
Robot.
character. I'm really happy she's in.
Yeah, me too.
I'll actually go and play it now.
Yeah. And then we
And
got,
more importantly, though,
yeah, Hugh Neutron.
the fan favorite, most requested character.
Yeah.
I can't believe he got it and not Jimmy.
Yeah. And then the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl devs asked everyone to stop making memes of their game.
Fair. I think the memes are doing more damage.
They're like, it's like, look, guys, I know we're adding in the meme characters, but please don't make memes of our games, guys.
I genuinely
don't joke about the jokes we're making.
The Smash Bros. Killer jokes, I think, genuinely hurt the game.
I feel like people... I don't know how anyone can really see that and take it that seriously for something that's obviously this silly.
I think a lot of people were expecting something more, even though it very clearly was a budget title made by an indie studio that's done very small scale indie stuff in the past. And people were like expecting something like nearly as polished as Smash. And then when it wasn't, a lot of people ditched it fast.
Well, I don't know if they were necessarily expecting something as polished as Smash,
Not
but
as
I can
polished,
see people expecting a bit higher budget just because the name tied to it.
I was expecting something in a level of Slap City, which it delivered on that. Aside
from
not having costumes,
you know,
that
you
one's
gotta
weird.
remember, you know, whenever like a licensed game gets made, that doesn't just because they're using these like really expensive properties doesn't mean that the people loaning them out give enough of a shit about the project to actually fund it.
Yeah, exactly.
Should be, you know?
Yeah, this was a budget title.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it got a similar treatment to PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, you can use the character, but you can't use the good version of the character. Or this is like, okay, you can use the character, but we're not going to give you money to have voice acting. You know?
Yeah, I get voice acting, although it's weird that the big like red flag for this game is there's like no costumes. Like apparently, I think that was like a mandate from Nickelodeon. Like they wouldn't let them like do like alternate colors or something for no apparent reason.
I know there's at least alternate colors, right?
No, I don't think there was. I think you just play as like darkened.
Well, I know Jenny got an alternate costume. She has like a red color alt.
I guess maybe they loosened up on the DLC then, because I know at launch there was nothing, and that was like just a weird oversight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully, maybe they fix it up since the DLC from launch.
Yeah. See, this is why Multiverses seems a lot more interesting in a lot of ways, just because that one has a much higher budget attached to it. You know?
I feel really bad for All Stars Brawl, because I really like the devs.
Yeah.
Ludosity. I love their games. Like It'll Do, Slap City, Princess Remedy. They made some really good stuff, and I feel bad for how screwed over they got like budget wise for this.
I mean, I think it's doing decently well, you know.
Yeah. They had a Garfield, I believe, too, at some point.
Yes.
I don't think we ever talked about that.
Unplayable on Mondays.
that would be a great mechanic.
Yeah. That reminds me. I know this is really off topic because I'm about to go into a League of Legends tangent.
Oh no.
But when they were making Aphelios, who I'm sure you don't know, but he's the
I don't even
dude
know
with
who
like
that
a
is.
million guns. Like Aphelios' gimmick is like he has like 7 different guns. He's like an ADC and he has like 20 different guns, and each gun does a different thing, more or less.
Okay.
He's the most overly convoluted champion they've ever added. He has his own unique HUD that's different to the rest of the cast, like
Gone
everyone
so
else.
far.
Yeah, it's he's really stupid.
Why could they just have
Oh,
characters where it's press Q and laser beam?
yeah, there is a champion like that. It's called a Victor.
Oh yeah.
You press E and he shoots a laser beam. Although his E laser beam attack is like the most complicated skill shot in the game.
No, no, I want everyone to be as complicated as Teemo.
Yeah. But the point is, when they were designing Aphelios, they wanted to have his balancing, they wanted to patch his balancing based off of the phases of the moon in real life.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because he's a Lunaran champion, like Diana,
What the fuck?
where they're like, oh yeah, during a new moon, he does very little damage, but when it's full moon, he does a lot of damage.
Oh my god.
It didn't go through because it was really stupid.
That's like an April Fool's joke. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's awesome, but
Yeah.
it's absurd. With that, like what about like tournament like level? Like, what were they thinking there? Like, oh, it's a Tuesday. Sorry, you can't play this champion. He'll be too bad.
Remember when Gangplank died and you couldn't play him for a week? I remember. And then he came back with a robot arm.
Oh, League of Legends.
Yeah.
They got some writers that are fucking insane. I'll give them that.
Yeah. That's another thing. It's like, it's still off topic, but like Arcane, everyone's like, oh, this is like the best video game adaptation ever. In a lot of ways, it's true, but it's also like totally cheating. Because it's not a real adaptation of League of Legends, right? It's an adaptation of League of Legends lore.
It's
And
like
it's not even-
Overwatch lore.
Yeah.
Where like the game is completely divorced from its lore at this point.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, League of Legends has some good lore, but at the same time, Arcane's like story and stuff isn't even technically canon to the actual lore written. They completely rewrite Vi's character, like from the ground up, which is good because Vi's character, like her lore, is like terrible in the base. Like
I
League of
haven't
Legends
played
lore.
League of Legends in like 5 years. I can't remember. Did she just punch things?
She mostly just punches things.
I was her and Jinx, are they like sisters now or something?
In Arcane, they are, yes.
Was that was never a thing before, right?
It was just theorized by everybody. It was just like, well,
Okay.
they're obviously sisters, right?
Because they have opposite hair colors.
Yeah. Well, like Jinx has like one line where it's like, if you think I'm crazy, you should see my sister. And their like login screen backgrounds are like the same.
Okay.
But like Jinx's is a blown up version of Vi's.
Yeah, I hear everyone says Arcane's the best thing ever. I ain't watching it.
It's good. You should watch it.
I should. I hear everyone
It's
say it's
really
good.
good.
The animation looks really pretty.
It's actually fucking great.
I just don't want to touch a lot of League of Legends stuff with a 10-foot pole.
Don't worry. It's the best parts of League of Legends without any of the bad parts.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the Teemo FPS. Then I'll be all in.
Yeah. Heimerdinger is
Anyway.
like one of the main characters in Arcane, and he's like really well done. Yeah, I'm actually so happy how they did that because for some reason, like in the lore, like base lore, it's like, oh yeah, Heimerdinger, nobody actually knows he's a Yordle. He's just using magic to pretend to be a short dude instead of a Yordle, which is stupid and doesn't make any sense. Like, what do you mean people don't know Yordles exist? They obviously do know that they exist.
Yeah,
It's like people interact with Kennen and shit all the time. Like,
did it have like 10 writers on the lore or something? Like,
I don't know. They retcon this shit every 5 minutes, and this is totally off topic, but I don't really care.
Oh, well, I can complain about League all day.
Yeah,
Even though I haven't played it in 100 years, and I
it's
don't
okay.
intend
We're
to.
just complaining about the story. Speaking of like fighting games, they're making that League of Legends fighting game.
Oh yeah. Have we seen that in a while?
Not in a while, but I know we talked about it.
Speaking of fighting games, that Capcom fighting game collection is coming out soon.
Yeah.
I think I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I know Multiverse has got a new trailer, and they revealed like a few new characters, like the Iron Giant and Velma. I'm not sure why they decided Iron Giant was a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It kind of feels weird to me that like Warner Brothers keeps trying to throw Iron Giant into everything that they possibly can.
Is it even that well known of a movie? I feel like it's more of a cult film.
It's definitely like a cult classic. But I guess they kind of look at it as like it's popular enough that people will recognize it,
Like,
and it's
yeah, people know
beloved
the
enough
character.
that people will be like, yeah, Iron Giant's great. So obviously, yeah. But the problem is every time they use him, it's always really out of character, and then it's like, well, now I don't like it because it's out of character. It's like weird fan fiction bullshit, you know?
Yeah, that's more forgivable in like a dumb crossover fighting game, though. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. Or it's like a lot of this shit is out of character anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, like
it seems weird for Steven Universe to be fighting fucking Batman, so
or Batman to be beating the shit out of Velma.
yeah. Or the one fucking Game of Thrones lady. What's her name?
Warner Brothers got some good IPs for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get a crossover fighting game featuring like the Property Brothers or something like that? Okay, so like, you know how there's like those like house remodeling like TV shows, like there's a whole fucking TV channel about that, you know what I'm saying?
HGTV?
Yeah. Like, when are we gonna get a fighting game where it's just like all the people from the most popular shows of that fighting each other?
Wait, House Flipper had a DLC of HGTV personalities, so we're getting close.
Oh, see, something like that. I need something like that.
My dream crossover fighting game. The Blaze Blue devs back in 2014 said that they were interested in making a Love Live versus Idolmaster fighting game, and it never materialized. That would have been the greatest crossover fighting game.
Oh man, Anzumanga Daioh versus Lucky Star.
I'd play that. There actually is an Azumanga Daioh fighting game already, though.
Yeah. Well, isn't it a volleyball game? Or is it an actual
Azumanga Fighter is a real game.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the volleyball game.
I think it's a fan-made game, but it exists.
Yeah, like them fighting herds. That was originally the My Little Pony fighting game, but then they changed it to be, you know, legally distinct to My Little Pony fighting game. Or maybe it was a different My Little Pony fighting game, and them fighting herds is just like something else. As I know, them fighting herds is the pony fighting game.
Yeah. Fighting games are the ultimate genre. You can just do whatever the hell you want. No one will ever complain.
Oh man, when are we gonna get Tekken 2?
I got great news for you. Let's get to our last topic.
Yeah.
Before we spiral completely out of control.
Starfield and Redfall got delayed.
Starfield, not surprising.
Yeah. Not too surprising.
Is this game ever gonna come out?
Hell no. This is like kind of bad news for Microsoft in a lot of ways, though, just because it's like, well, now they have nothing. You know?
Yeah.
Like, the only saving grace for Microsoft is that Sony also has nothing.
No one has games.
Yeah. It's like, nobody can buy a PS5 or Xbox Series X right now, but like, if you did, there wouldn't really be anything to play on them outside of PS4 games and like other Xbox games.
Yeah, PS5 has what? Rift Fart and I just got that pun the other day for the first time, by the way.
I swear I've told it to you before.
I probably have, I forgot it, but I did not pick up on Rift Apart.
Yeah.
Rift. I can't say Rift Apart anymore now that I've heard it.
Yeah.
I can't say the real name. But yeah, Redfall. I didn't think we were getting that soon. I didn't even know this was like.
Yeah.
They could have just not said anything. I wouldn't have been any the wiser.
Yeah, it's not too surprising. Lots of games have been getting delayed. Somewhat recently, you know, because of the stuff. Yeah,
The
you know,
stuff.
shit happens. Yeah, I know. I remember a little while back that one Capcom game. I don't remember the name of it. Had the little robot girl in the parka, and there was like the spaceman with like the see-through cat. Remember that game?
Trying to like peer into my brain.
Yeah. Anyway, that game got delayed.
Yeah.
That was a while ago, though. That's old news.
Okay. But yeah, these games are impressive.
Wow, you got super
Starfield.
robot there. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. The real question is will either of these games be good when they eventually come out?
Oh man. You know, usually I like Bethesda's like single player output, even though I know people like hate like Fallout 4 and stuff. But after Fallout 76, I'm really not confident.
Yeah, I'm not very confident in Bethesda either. Especially when I'm already not a big fan of their work, to be honest. Like, I don't hate
Yeah.
them, but I also don't like really any of their stuff. And then it's just kind of like, eh. Like, honestly, my biggest problem with Bethesda is really always that it's just like their scope is always really big, and then their like actual quality is rather low, you know?
Yeah.
It's always like really buggy, and like all the animations really, at least when you're talking to people, I always feel like, you know, auto generated, which I'm pretty sure they are. But it's one of those things where it's like,
Skyrim ain't too bad for the year, but Oblivion, yes.
yeah, where it's just like, I get most people enjoy them for their scope, right? And it's usually what they're really cool and good at. But it's like, if the overall quality is good, I don't really care how much of it is there, you know?
Yeah.
I'd
That's
rather
the
play a
fun part. It's
short,
just kind
really
of you
good thing.
explore, you do one playthrough, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
No.
But like that's why like Elden Ring is so fucking amazing, because it's like it has more scope, right? It's bigger than Skyrim and has higher quality shit in it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Then again, I can't pick up every individual spoon in Elden Ring
Yeah, but I
and
can
set them
roll
on top
into
of
them.
Ulfric Stormcloak's head.
Yeah, but you can't fight a boss in Skyrim and actually feel like have fun, you know?
That's true. You can't have fun. What a great innovation FromSoft finally discovered.
From Software invented fun. Yeah. In 2010. When the Dark Souls 1 came out, was it 11?
Who knows? Probably. Yeah, I think it was 11.
Yeah, in 2011, fun was invented when From Software released Dark Souls for the
Demon Souls wasn't
PS3.
there yet.
Yeah.
We didn't add this on the list. Want to talk about a sec? I think Sony released their list of random games that are going to be on
Oh, right.
their.
That happened today, too.
Yeah. Their. Hey, on their PS4 list, they had Gravity Rush 1 and 2, so I'm happy.
Yeah. I'm not
Other
getting it.
than that,
It doesn't look worth it. I know
yeah,
we
they're
talked about
PS1
this
games, so
before.
I'm disappointed by. I
Yeah.
just
Was there
just want
anything
sound.
notable there?
You can play original PS3 Demon Souls on your PS5, which is really funny to me.
That's cool. You can play the better version.
Although it's streaming, and I don't know if it's going to have like performance improvements.
Back to emulation, I guess.
Yeah, so you get the bad frame rate of Demon Souls along with the input lag of streaming.
Ah, not fun.
So have fun with your 10 frames per second Demon Souls experience. Yeah. But hey, having downloadable PS1 games is cool if they make that library a bit better.
Yeah.
Give me Silent Hill and I'm interested. I want an easy way to play that.
Is Metal Gear Solid 1 on there?
I don't think that was.
Oh, it's worthless.
I own that physically, so I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mega Solid 1's on GOG. So we never have to worry again. It'll be on there forever.
Yeah. I wonder if Wile E. Coyote's gonna be in multiverses.
Was he already confirmed? I saw Kaz.
I don't think I saw Wile E. Coyote.
Let me go check the lineup. I don't know. I don't see a big lineup. I saw people editing in Gus from Breaking Bad, and people were falling for it.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Does Warner Brothers own Breaking Bad?
Yo, what if we get Ness from Earthbound?
No, we're gonna get Nintendo from Mother.
Yeah. I mean, they already have Sans in there. You know, pre-dead Sans.
Sans after not surviving.
Steven is just Sans after not dying.
I said Steven after not surviving. I said Sans after not surviving.
Yes. Steven.
Got it. Oh, Warner Brothers owns New Line Cinema. Put Freddy Krueger in there. I want him. I want him to murder Velma. It'd be funny.
Scary.
But yeah, video games. We don't got any other topics?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I played Five Nights at Freddy's VR for the first time recently.
Cool.
Scary. That's my review.
Did Freddy gobble your butt?
Yes. He gets very quirky at night. The animatronics. Wait, speaking of gobbling butts, the Bloodwash dev just announced a new game. I have to get the name correct. This is news that I should have brought up.
Whoa, news. We never talk about that on this show.
I know, this is video game news. I gotta find the name. I'm sorry. Cut out the next 10 seconds until I find the name.
I'm not doing that. That's too much work.
Fine.
Nobody's gonna make it this far.
That's true. Okay, the Bloodwash dev is making a new horror game called The Booty Creek Cheek Freak. About a serial killer that steals your butt cheeks. I am incredibly excited.
Well, now I know what it has to do with butt goblin.
So there you go. Keep your eyes peeled.
Can we steal Kanye West's butt?
Why Kanye?
Because he likes fingers in his ass. Which leads back into Steven after not surviving.
Let's wrap it up. We've gone too far.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching.
They put a cat in League of Legends.
They did. That was years ago, wasn't it?
Oh god, when the fuck did Yumi come out? It has been years, hasn't it? What the fuck?
That was like added like right after I stopped playing, wasn't it?
No, I think it was longer than that. Oh god, when did they add Yumi? It's been at least 2 years, hasn't it? What the fuck?
Well, while you have an existential crisis, let's sign off.
Today's show is over. Please like and subscribe. This is not a request. You must do it.
Yes.
I should have said that at the beginning of the podcast. Maybe I'll edit it in. We should start doing that, shouldn't we? Not waiting till the end to tell people to like and subscribe.
I don't know. I think when you like to say to like and subscribe up front, people click off.
I don't think people click off. I don't know, maybe. I kind of have that thought process too, but I don't think I've ever clicked off a video just because someone said to like and subscribe if you aren't.
Bro.
You know?
But you're not an asshole.
Yeah. But I really want people to like and subscribe.
That would be great.
But the problem is if they're subscribing and then they don't watch more stuff, then it's like it's not helpful, is it? No.
Much to think about.
The show is over now. Goodbye.
Good night.
Cheesecakes.
Great show we had there.
Yeah, lots of cheese.